ครั้งที่ดำรงตำแหน่งผู้อำนวยการสำนักงานพลังงานปรมาณูระหว่างประเทศหรือ IAEA ดร. เอลบาราไดเป็นที่รู้จักในฐานะผู้ที่ใช้วิธีทางการทูตในการเจรจาต่อรองเพื่อป้องกันการแพร่กระจายของอาวุธนิวเคลียร์นอกจากนั้นเขายังเป็นผู้ยืนยันในนามของ IAEA ด้วยว่าไม่พบหลักฐานว่าอิรักมีอาวุธอานุภาพทำลายล้างสูงอย่างที่สหรัฐใช้เป็นข้ออ้างในการบุกอิรัก
As the former chief of the IAEA, what is your biggest worry now about nuclear energy and nuclear weapons?
Well, my biggest worry that we still have 16,000 nuclear weapons, and why do we have 16,000 nuclear weapons 25 years after the end of the Cold War? Why do we have 2,000 nuclear weapon alerts? That this is to me is insane. Unless we move seriously toward nuclear disarmament, we'll continue to have the nuclear threat. It's not just we talk about Iran, we talk about North Korea. It's not just Iran, North Korea. There are 9 nuclear weapons. North Korea is one of them. And with thousands of nuclear weapons. And any one of these weapons could be exploded by miscalculation, through computer error. There is a lot of concern to me that if we continue to have nuclear weapons, other countries will eventually, in conflict areas, will probably try to develop nuclear weapons. And the more countries you have nuclear weapons, the odds that some of these weapons will be used. It's a simple logic. So this is, to me, the biggest threat, nuclear disarmament. We need to send a strong message that our security in the 21st century should not and would not be based on nuclear deterrence, so-called MAD, mutual assured destruction.
But if you want peace, prepare for war, and the best deterrence is nuclear weapons. You don't agree at all?
No, I don't at all. No, because it's not the best deterrence. As I said, it's a deterrence unless it is used. Once you have nuclear weapons, the odds of using nuclear weapons, is high. And we have to find. This is again part of our shortcoming. We have to have a system of deterrence that does not depend on nuclear weapons. So even if we have war, we don't have to destroy our entire planet. I mean, that is, it happened that it maintained peace, so to speak. But as I said, it maintained it through good luck. Are we ready to wait for a nuclear weapon to happen? I mean, and then it might be too late to think of any nuclear disarmament. Because many of us will, if not all of us, will be gone.
Is negotiations and diplomacy the best options for talks with Iran and North Korea and not sanctions?
I think sanctions, to me, is the absence of policy. I mean, when you have no policy, you apply sanctions. I mean, sanction doesn't, it usually end up hurting the wrong side, the innocent civilians. I mean, we have seen that in Iraq, we have seen that in North Korea. I mean, children got stunted, children died prematurely in Iraq because of lack of, clean water. I mean, a lot of human tragedies as a result of sanctions. It didn't really impact much on the regimes. In fact, many of the regime made money out of the sanctions, and as we have seen, for example, in Iraq and other places. So it's a dialogue, it's a building trust. You have to continue, you have to find a system by which to provide assurance to these countries, again, of this insecurity. I mean, North Korea, for example, is completely paranoid that the U.S. is after them to destroy them for the last 50 years. So
right.
Whether you agree or you disagree, this is a perception, this is an obsession, and you have to deal with it, and you have to provide assurance. So it takes time. It's frustrating, negotiation and dialogue, but we have no other way. Otherwise, the more insecurity these countries have, or any country have, the more risk that we will engage into a war. And a war today is not like a war, before the nuclear era.
ด้วยความทุ่มเททำงานเพื่อลดการใช้อาวุธนิวเคลียร์และส่งเสริมการใช้พลังงานนิวเคลียร์เพื่อสันติทำให้ในปี 2548 ดร. เอลบาราไดร่วมกับสำนักงานพลังงานปรมาณูระหว่างประเทศได้รับรางวัลโนเบลสาขาสันติภาพ
You received the Nobel Peace Prize for supporting non-nuclear proliferation. How has life changed since you received the prize until today? Everywhere you go, you are a Nobel laureate.
Well, I think it gave me a platform to speak on some of the issues I'm talking about. People at least started a little bit to listen more, and it also gave me, it gave me a certain immunity to be accused that I have an agenda of one form or another. I have no agenda except that we have to have a world eventually, or leave a world to the next generation that's peaceful and more humane, and so of course you get lots of request to speak up, so it's a bit additional strain on one personal life, but it's something satisfying to feel that you're doing something that is good for humanity, I hope.
As the special guest speaker for the Bridges and the International Peace Foundation, you're here in Thailand and you've been speaking to many groups of audiences. What is the key message that you want to tell to Thai people?
Well, the key message, I think, that we need to find a way to live together as a cohesive society. We need to understand that we are same human family, that whether we are Buddhist or Muslim or Thai or Egyptians, it doesn't really make any difference. We are at the end of the day a same human family, that we need to ensure within society that there is total equity, so minorities are well protected, that even, and that needs a very strong independent judiciary, so everybody feels equal, and because if they don't, then they go to their tribe or their religion and you get the society fragmented. And we need to understand also that, even if we have our differences, we need to go through dialogue, through negotiation. This is the only way to go, because war does not heal old wounds, it opens new ones, in fact.
และนี่ก็คือมุมมองที่น่าสนใจนะคะของดร. โมฮัมเหม็ด อัลบาราดายค่ะเกี่ยวกับความขัดแย้งต่างๆที่กำลังเกิดขึ้นบนโลกใบนี้นะคะซึ่งถึงแม้ว่ารายละเอียดของแต่ละความขัดแย้งจะแตกต่างกันแต่วิธีมองของดร. อัลบาราดายก็คือจะต้องเข้าใจต้นตอของปัญหาอย่างถ่องแท้แล้วก็ทางออกเดียวที่ดีที่สุดก็คือทางออกด้วยการเจรจาอย่างสันติวิธีค่ะพบกันใหม่สัปดาห์หน้าวันนี้สวัสดีค่ะ